What's up, everybody? This is the veteran handyman. In today's episode, I'm going to be installing some grab bars in a bathroom. Very easy to do, and one of the most common jobs you are going to be getting as a handyman. Doing grab bars over drywall is very common sense. It's not really that complicated, but guess what? When doing it over tile, it may not be that easy. So in today's episode, I'm going to be installing some grab bars over drywall and tile. Also, I'm going to be showing you what type of anchors I like to use and have used for many years without any issues. Also, I'm going to be giving you a few tips what to look out for when drilling and driving screws through bathroom walls. Let's get started. Alright, so here is my work area, and today I'm going to be installing 5 grab bars. One right there, one on the back wall, and one right there. Also, I'm going to be installing 2 grab bars right here in the toilet area, one on that wall and another one on this wall right here. So right here I'm just setting up my laser. Anytime that I have to install anything on a wall, I always use a laser, especially if there's more than one thing that I have to put on the wall, so that way they are on the same level. So I measure the lady's stance, where her hands fall to the ground or closest to the ground, and that was about 28 inches, because the lady was the one who was going to be using this bathroom. So anytime that I install grab bars, I always measure the person's hands closest to the ground. Just I have them stand up and then relax, and then I just measure the tip of their fingers all the way down to the ground. And usually I just go up maybe 2 to 4 inches above that, and over here I'm just testing it to see how it will look if I install the grab bars. Anyways, so right here is the grab bars that I'm installing. So I got these from Home Depot. These are 1.25 inch brushed stainless, and this is mainly where you're gonna be finding out there anywhere for sale. This is what I installed all the time, either brushed stainless or chrome plated. There are other colors, but usually those you have to special order. Anytime that I install grab bars, I always supply the grab bars for the customer, because most customers do not know what to buy. But anyways, so right here I'm installing the grab bars on the wall, and the first thing that I do is I make sure that, well, actually I check for studs. The easiest way to find studs on the wall is going to be by using a magnet. Link in the description if you want to see which one I use. So I've tried many stud finders in the past, and to be honest, there's nothing better than using a magnet. But anyways, so I'm just marking the studs on the wall. If I'm able to install the grab bar on a stud, I will. If not, then it is what it is. Normally, on that type of wall, there's going to be a stud closer to the trim, and then there was one in the back, but it was not in the right area where I needed to install the grab bar. So anyways, just marking the wall, double checking, triple checking everything. So the studs in the bathroom, they were on 24 inch on center, and so on that back wall I decided to use wall anchors, because I had no choice. The studs didn't line up with the grab bar, and that's usually what you are going to have to do. So a lot of people are going to be asking, when installing grab bars on a wall, how much weight can they handle? To be honest, I have never had any issues, and I think the heaviest customer I've had was probably 300 pounds, 350 pounds, and I installed grab bars on drywall, and it's been a few years and I haven't gotten a call back. So those are the anchors that I use. You can buy those at any box store or online, link in the description. They hold a lot of weight, and to be honest, unless the wall itself comes off, they're not coming off the wall. And I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and people testing them out, and they can hold a lot of weight. Like each one can easily hold, like, I think over 200 pounds of downward pressure. Now, if you're pulling on it, that's a different story. But like I said, never had an issue. So over here in drilling the holes, I usually use a 1/2 inch drill bit because the hole has to be big enough to drive the anchors into the wall. And I usually, for drywall installations, I do 2 holes per side, especially if I don't have any studs that I'm screwing into. If there are any studs that I'm able to use, normally 1 screw will do per side and it's good to go. Or at least one side. If it's one side, if it's on the stud and the other one it's not, well, the one with the stud will get 1 screw only. You don't need more than that. The actual bar itself will have like a million holes, but those are just for you to use and lining up with studs and stuff on the wall. It does not mean you have to use every single hole. Right here, pre-drilling to screw that side into the stud right there, the door jamb, and I'm just using my level to make sure everything's straight, and then I'm drilling holes for the back side. So the back side got 2 holes, and then the door jamb area got 1 hole. And that's it. There's really not much to it for drywall installations. Now, when drilling into drywall, and especially bathroom areas, you have to be extremely careful with water lines. So always look what's on the other side of the wall and to make sure that there are no water lines. How can you tell if it's a 2-story house? Well, check upstairs, and it's the bathroom upstairs. On that wall, then most likely the water lines are running through that wall, unless they're going through the attic. But you just gotta be careful when drilling through the drywall. Don't like drill all the way through with your drill bit. Just drill deep enough to actually go through the drywall, and then you can get a pencil and then stick it through that hole to make sure it's clear in the back. And that's what I always do, especially when drilling anything through bathroom walls. Now let's talk about tile installation. This is going to be the most challenging part of any grab bar installation, drilling through tile. Now, the best way to find the studs is going to be to use a magnet. So the one that I actually had on hand was not strong enough, so I was not able to fully check where the studs were. You can see blue tape on the wall, so I was able to find wood on that wall, but unfortunately it didn't go all the way down. Now over here, the drill bit that I'm using, you can see it on the screen, link in the description. That's going to be the best drill bit for drilling through tile anywhere. No questions asked. To be honest, if you're going to be drilling through tile, use that. Don't use anything else. They come in different sizes and they just work. So I'm going to be giving you a quick tip how to actually drill through a tile with that drill bit, because it takes a little bit of practice. So when drilling through the tile, you want to angle it downward and then just full speed. Just press against the tile, and then as you can see, I moved the drill up to fully cover the hole, and it literally takes less than a minute. No water required, no anything, it just works. And another tip when drilling through tile, normally if you're going to be using anchors, you want to drill towards the middle of the tile if you are able to. As you can see, these are subway tiles, so that was a little challenging there, but I was able to get it done. You just got to be careful, because if you crack the tile, well, guess what? You're going to have to fix it. And fixing something like this, it's going to take time. It's doable, but it's a liability. And the higher the liability, the more money you are going to be charging. So I have another video where I talk about business, how much I charged, how I got the customer, and everything else in my Patreon group, if you guys want to, check it out. But anyways, I always charge more for tile installations. And you'll be surprised how many customers call around and nobody wants to do these types of jobs because they are scared. Well, this handyman right here is not scared because I like money. So The more afraid people are to do a job, the more money I can charge for it. So over here is the silicone that I use. So on this wall, I was not able to find any studs, so I had to use wall anchors. Now right here, I only have one wall anchor per side, and you can see it's very strong. But just to be safe, I actually drilled 2 holes on the bottom, just in case, because I didn't want to drill too many holes on the tile. Now on the upper side, I only drilled 1 hole, and it was, more than enough. So I always silicone everything. I silicone the screw. I silicone the hole. I silicone the flange. Everything. So the silicone will also act as an adhesive, so it will hold it onto the tile. And if you ever try pulling silicone off the floor, or drains or anything like that that has been siliconed in the past, those things, it won't come off. So I always use silicone anyways. It prevents the water from getting behind the wall. So this bar over here, it's done, and now I had to install the ones next to the door going up and down. So over here, I only installed one on the top, one wall anchor on the top, and one on the bottom. And because he doesn't need any more, to be honest. And you can see that wall was thick. I would say it was probably about an inch. I believe they had like a 5/8 drywall in the back. Um, and anyway, so it was very thick. So a tile wall will actually hold a lot more weight than a drywall wall, so don't not be afraid to use wall anchors because they will actually hold. Now over here I'm measuring the whole distance from the ground and the actual door frame, and the reason for that is because I was also installing another one on the other side, and I wanted them both to be at the same height and distance from the frame. And the easiest way to do that is measure from the ground to the center of the hole, and then from the side of the door frame to the hole. And here I'm just drilling another hole. So when installing bars up, going vertically, I always drill the top hole first. I install the bar, position everything, use my level, and then I go ahead and mark the bottom hole, so that way my bar will line up perfectly. And I've been doing that for a few years, and I've never had any issues. But that's about it, guys. Very easy to do. This job right here, I think it only took me about 2.5 hours. If you count my trip to Home Depot, about 3 hours or so. And it was really good money, and the customer was extremely happy. They left me a 5-star review, and they like it because my work is always guaranteed. If this thing rips off the wall, I will building a brand new bathroom. So I am very confident in my work. And anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.